What is up, denizens of the interwebs? It's Arza Chats here, coming at you with another video, and this time we're actually talking about something positive for a change. I know, here I thought I was just a professional hater, well, professional quotes because I don't make any money, but here I thought I was just a professional hater who just likes to shit on things that I don't like or don't agree with my politics, or just to grift to make money. That's not the case. Today we're going to talk about something I actually really like, and that is Godzilla Minus Zero, one of the greatest movies I've seen ever, the best movie of last year hands down, and absolutely one of the greatest cinematic experiences I've ever had. From the sound of the roar in the theaters to the absolute fact that there wasn't a dry eye in the theater. And when you look at the budget even, it makes it even better. This movie is one of the greatest films I've ever seen. And it makes me incredibly happy to state that it sounds like we might be getting a sequel. As reported by That Park Place, John F. Trent, Toho greenlights new Godzilla film from the Godzilla Minus One director Takashi Yamazaki, in which the official Godzilla Twitter account made a post revealing that Yamazaki will return to not only helm the film, but he is also writing it and producing the visual effects. So let's go ahead and watch what that clip is.
臨時ニュースを申し上げます。
In another video after this one up here, Yamazaki said that he'll be directing the new Godzilla film, and please stay tuned. And while that's no information to go off, we do have a little bit of information based on previous conventions that he had done, which might shed a little bit of light as to what will be happening in this upcoming Godzilla movie. In fact, we don't even know whether or not this movie will be a sequel to Minus One, or if it'll be another standalone Godzilla movie. Although, back in January, Yamazaki did indicate that if he were to make another Godzilla movie, he wanted it to be a sequel to the Godzilla Minus One. He also shared that the next movie will also likely feature an enemy monster. And as was translated by the Japanese website HJWeb, if I were to direct the next movie, I would like to do a sequel to this one. But since there will have been two standalone Godzilla movies in a row, I think the next movie will probably have to include an enemy monster. Now, that doesn't give us a lot of information as to who the next monster could be, because as far as I'm aware, Godzilla's rogues gallery is pretty friggin' significant. There are a whole lot of kaiju he could be fighting against, but the one who it seems like it might be, if this is actually going to be the case for the next movie, was revealed in Godzilla vs. New York Comic Con. 70 years of the King of the Monsters panel, as reported by Kaiju United during the Q&A session, he was asked, if you can remake or see any previous Godzilla movie be remade, which would it be and why? To that he said that he would want it to be Godzilla vs. Hedorah. I think for its time, Hedorah was a very cutting-edge kaiju, and thinking about the type of visual expression we can do with this technology and how far it's come today, I'm imagining how it would move, and I think that would be really cool to remake. Now, I don't have a clue who Hedorah is. I'm going to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about Godzilla. I know Godzilla Minus One, and that's pretty much it. I think I've seen Godzilla King of the Monsters, or whichever one where he's going around killing all the other kaiju. That was a fun action flick, but I don't remember it being, other than visually, I don't remember being all that impressive. So let's just take a quick look to see what exactly Hedorah is. What the hell am I, what in the, this is some eldritch abomination. This thing looks straight out of frigging Lovecraftian. It's a giant cuttlefish monster. Oh, I love that. That looks insane. I have no idea what he would do with it. Given what he did with Godzilla, I would love to see what he could do against this. Is that it, like turning its body into goop and grabbing things? That is so cool. Well, now I have to curse my parents for not introducing me to Godzilla movies when I was younger. Maybe I'll have to go ahead and start making my next set of movies. I'm going to be purchasing a bunch of Godzilla ones as I've been getting into physical media collection. I have an impressive 50 movie catalog currently, but I definitely need to expand it a lot more. So we'll look at getting Godzilla movies eventually. Though, of course, the one Godzilla movie I really wanted to get, I can't get it. Apparently I missed it. I didn't realize the window was so small. Hopefully it re-releases in America with the ability to get this box, because look at this set. I don't have a 4K player, so that's useless to me for now until I eventually upgrade. But Jesus, I would have loved to gotten my hands on this, especially with the minus color as well. But back to the video. Godzilla Minus One was a huge hit at the box office, with the film reportedly having a budget of less than $15 million. In fact, if I remember correctly, Yamazaki had said when asked if the budget was $15 million, his quote was, "Man, I wish we had that much money." With the actual budget looking to be around $10 to $12 million, which is absolutely mind-boggling, insane, and utterly impressive given how amazing of a movie it was and the fact the movie looks amazing. There are some places where you could maybe criticize the art direction of the film, but it's not due to a lack of budget. It's because of the fact that they made the designs of Godzilla and other abilities look much closer to the older Godzilla movies and make him styled off of back when they used figurines to make the monsters look big. So to some people, they might claim that Godzilla might look a little cheap, but in reality it's because he looks accurate to how he was supposed to look back when he was first created. And even more impressive for this movie is that the film had grossed $56.4 million in North American theaters and another $47.9 million internationally for a global gross of $104.3 million, which makes this the largest grossing live-action Japanese film to hit North American theaters of all time. And it easily crushed the previous record holder, The Adventures of Milo and Otis, don't even know what that is, which grossed $14.1 million when it released in 1989 and then re-released in 1990. In fact, this movie did so well in theaters that it didn't take very long for it to beat off this previous record, with it doing it in less than a week. After an opening of $11.4 million, which is only $3 million less, in the beginning of December, the movie eventually topped The Adventures of Milo and Otis on the first Tuesday of it opening. I think this movie opened on a Thursday, which means it only took 6 days for it to actually do it, depending on how you count the days. And the film is currently the second highest grossing Japanese film in North America of all time, behind Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie Mugen Train, which grossed $49.8 million in North America and grossed another $457.2 million internationally for its global gross of $507.1 million. And while that movie was really good, don't get me wrong, Godzilla Minus One was an infinitely better movie. And it also looks like Godzilla Minus One might even get a higher grossing, as it is apparently being re-released. It's currently re-released in theaters. Alright, I'm going to stop the video and I'm just going to go rewatch Godzilla Minus One. You guys want anything? I'll get you a Coke from the snack bar. No, I'm kidding. But that is super amazing that we're going to get another one. I was kind of worried they wouldn't, even though they did leave the movie off on a little bit of a cliffhanger, as they had a really interesting teaser at the very end, where we see Godzilla being regenerated deep in the ocean, and the love interest in the movie having some weird markings as she is pregnant, indicating that she has formed some kind of connection with Godzilla. As we know, or as I've been informed, most Godzilla movies end up with Godzilla forming a human connection with another person and allowing for Godzilla and that person to communicate telepathically, allowing for Godzilla to do good in the movies. Though there was some discussion as to whether or not Godzilla regenerated at the end of this movie, or if Godzilla had a baby at the end of this movie. I'm pretty sure it's regeneration, because babies don't pulsate and grow chunks back in rapid succession. But either way, I am hyped as hell. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. If you guys are waiting for the movie, do you want it to be a Minus One sequel, or do you want it to be a new Godzilla movie, maybe targeted towards a bit more of a family audience, or something else entirely? And that's all pretty much all we got, so I will see you guys on the next one.